Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today we are featuring what I think is a gorgeous watch from the brand Vario. Now Vario, based out in Singapore, and Ivan there he's been with me for quite some time actually. When I was really quite a small channel, and he'd always, well, every so often he'd send me watches to review. And so when he asked me if I'd like to review this GMT, I was like, of course I will. And to be fair, it's beautiful. It's part of their Empire season range of watches. I think there's a few different colours of this one available, about 4 different colours I believe. But I think that dial is simply exquisite. It's got so much detail to it, and I think it looks really, really good. Plus, this is a true GMT, and I'll show you in a second what that actually means, but just look at it. That dial, all the different things going on there, superb. Let's talk sizes first. We are talking 38mm by a thickness of only 11.6mm. The lug to lug I'm measuring in at 45.5, and the bracelet size on this is 20mm. We'll speak a bit more about that in a minute actually, but let's check that dial out. The dial is just superb. It's got lovely, it looks like engine turning on the inner part there. It looks very exquisite, very Art Deco the kind of way, which is what he does with quite a few of his watches actually. And then you have this lovely applied script there with the Vario, and then you get this internal bezel carrying the 24-hour indicators, markers on there, which looks really good. And then this outer with, again, applied hour markers and a minute ring all the way the outside there. The hands themselves just look superb. I don't know if they're quite black or a dark anthracite or even a black polish. It looks that good. I love the skeleton version to them. What I mean there is there's no loom in the center. It is just a see-through hand. Kind of syringe style on this and a very aggressive point on there. I think it's a lovely looking watch. Now, obviously here, which is a bit strange, is the only loomed part of the watch, which is quite strange actually, but I do like it anyway. This is the GMT hand. Now, let me show you what I mean by true GMT versus a Traveller's GMT. Now, let's say you want to set the time to, let's say, the standard sort of like 9:10, and the GMT hand you want to set to, let's say, 2 o'clock, 2:10. So what we'll do is we'll get the GMT hand where we need it. So 2:10 in the afternoon is obviously 1400 hours. So if we go there, that's 1400 hours, and then we set the minute hand. So that is your 2:10. Now if I pull this out one more click, if I push it back in and then go back one click, I can then rotate the hour hand completely independent without stopping the actual seconds there. So I can set that to 8, 9 or 10. And that is really good, because let's say you're the kind of person who does a lot of flying and you go somewhere which is, I don't know, +4. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it doesn't disturb the second hand. So that is actually a very nice, actually kind of handy feature. But it does make setting the watch, you do actually have to think about how to set the watch on this one. I have had a few people like not quite sure, but that's how you do it, and then push the crown back in. And there you go, simple as that. Now, well, actually, let's talk about the crystal. The crystal is a sapphire crystal, and it does have AR coating on the inside. Now, as we come past, we have this kind of brushwork, vertical brushwork on the actual outer case, and then you have a lot of this polished section going on there. And you do have drilled lugs, which does, well, I would say normally would make strap changing much easier, but you do have quick release on this, and I'll talk about it in a second. As we come around to this side, we do have the onion style crown on there. It's not a screw down crown, it's simply a push pull, but there is 50 meters of water resistance to this watch. So you haven't got to worry about getting this watch too wet really. On the back we do have a solid case back, but underneath there is a Miyota premium range, which is a 9075. Now that beats at a proper 8 beats per second. So if you were to buy say a Rolex or the Oris Watch Air, whatever, they beat at 8 beats per second. If you were to have, say, a Seiko, they tend to beat at only 6 beats per second and 5 beats if you're going for a Longines. So it's a much smoother flow to the hand there as it goes round. Now, I put this on the time graph. I think it's probably like +8, but this is a review piece. It has been round a few places, so you never know, you know. One thing I should point out, these are limited edition. You only get 60 of each colour, which is very cool. So if you have one of these watches, the likelihood of ever seeing another one is very slim. The movement itself, as I say, 42 hours worth of power reserve and 24 joules. And to be fair, they're pretty solid. Now, the bracelet on this, it's one of these multi-link. I'm not so sure myself. I think something different, but I suppose it is matching with the Art Deco kind of form to this. It is a butterfly style, as you can see there, and folds over, clips in, nice and solid with no problem at all. The only kind of adjustment you get are these half links, so bear that in mind. As I say, the watch does feature quick release, so on the spring bars here, can I do it? I should never do this on camera because I never go back in exactly how, and it did actually that time. But what you also get in the box are these straps as well. Now there are different colours available, but these ones you get here are Italian leather, and to be fair, that would look very cool on this watch. But this one, I must admit, is so soft and supple, and I think it looks really good. Both have Vario buckles on the end of there, and they are signed up, so either or, they both do look very, very nice. Now, let me put this on my wrist so you got an idea how it looks. Let's zoom out. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing the Seiko Solar tuner, which is quite cool. And Bob has got on the Oris 65 Diver, the OG, which is rather cool. So anyway, I'll put this on my wrist. Oh, one thing I should point out, the price of these watches are £550. There is a 2-year warranty on that, but I think the 550 includes shipping. So realistically, for £550, you're getting something which is very, very cool and different. And with the option of the other straps is something you can change around from day to day. Now, as you can see, you do get plenty of bracelet. There are, I think, a few more links in the box, so I reckon this could possibly go up to an 8-inch wrist with no problem at all. But overall, I just think it's a lovely, good-looking dial. The dial is rather exquisite. But let me know in the comments what you think of this one, guys. Overall, I think it's nice. I know it's not going to appeal to everyone, but I quite like it anyway. So all the best, stay safe, and I'll see you at the next review. Take care, guys. Bye.